Hello everybody. So today I want to thank you for purchasing this amazing book. A little bit about me. My name is Sylvia Ross. I actually being a functional medicine dietitian quite a bit already. I would say around more than 6 years, 7 years, just trying to understanding functionality, meaning the root cause of disease, root cause of possible conditions and problems. It is not easy because we need to be like investigators and so forth. But anyway, I wanted to thank you for trying to buying this amazing book. It's called Holistic Approach for Weight Loss and Sustainability. This book is actually it's a most read and a most read book, I would say, because it suggests, the complete guidance. It's like a guide for obtaining, you just gaining your sustainable weight loss, and not only just gain that, but maintaining it in a very holistic approach. So a little bit about me. I actually studied functional medicine. Just came out after I went to school in America, and I actually did this for over years. I always wanted to be dietitian. Not really dietitian per se, but mostly like I wanted to help people to get better in the holistic approach. But then I find out a little bit more that I needed to be a dietitian, so not just a nutritionist, because I can work in hospitals and I can do this and do that. So then I said, all right. So then I went to that route. When I actually find myself in that route, I really study everything that American Dietetic Association provided to you. But then I realized, well, after I came out, when I was doing my internship, that it was something missing. That play situation, eating carbohydrates, eating actually a mixture of foods, and how America it really pushes dairy and grains. It makes no sense to me, and so I start really digging a little bit more. And I went and one day I was talking to one of my patients, a little kid, and then I went to YouTube, and then I find out something very interesting. I actually read a little bit about this doctor who's amazing, Dr. Jim Sharps, and you can find him also in media and YouTube anywhere. I actually literally listened to his lectures and YouTube, and it completely changed my perspective. Even though I was studying functional medicine for already over 6 years, I found that was very quite interesting what he said about how you should be mixing certain foods, and how he actually find out that even though he went to schooling, he had 0 PH, and he's an amazing lecturer. I mean, he really tackled down that we actually eating totally wrong. Like, meaning we eating foods that all combine incorrectly. And that can be one of the late cause of actually of problems with our body, like digestion, absorption, and so forth. So when I actually decided to follow his school, because IIOM, that's where I'm actually doing my doctors and functional medicine. Not really per se, but it's original medicine. That's what it is. And meaning original is about thinking what God provide us, what Allah gave us, what He, the instructions of eating, why is halal, why is, other religions, how they kill the animals, like how you should be honoring the food that you're eating. So when I actually understand how it is, how you should be eating food, how you should be combining, how basically everything, all the integration of the nutrition part of it, that's when I really realized that this is how we should be eating. So this combined traditional wisdom, this is amazing in science involved, how the body digests food, how the enzymes work and functions. This is really something that requires, your mental ability to understand that there is no such a thing about dieting per se, because dieting is not something that you should be considering. Dieting is not life, So there we go. So a little bit brief of my chapter. So chapter 1, as you understand, it stresses, it really signifies, the restructure nutrition, understanding digestion, how restore balance, promote well-being. Also talks about like caloric, how actually, even though not everybody talks about, but where the food comes in and where the food goes, right? So it does give you a little bit of inputs of about how the formulation is of calorie, and it's amazing the things that you can learn from there. I'm not telling you because I would like you to read it. It's really, really good guide for you to change completely your lifestyle. This is really a lifestyle change. Chapter 2 emphasizes detoxification, detailing food choices, supplements, a little bit of that, practices, detoxification process, reduce toxins, support gut lining, improve weight management. It's kind of like a very interesting chapter 2. Chapter 3, we're going to really deep down into different categories of dieting. This is where I tell you about certain diets cannot be prolonged more than 3 months, and that will be Atkins, carnivorous, any diet that you want to. You cannot go above 3 months. And also it will explore the mechanism, the benefits, the enzymes, how it works, why, also understanding why high protein diets can really causes damage to your kidneys, to your body in general, without understanding the logical of thinking that your calcium is very important. I giving you input, guys, how calcium is so important for you guys. And therefore, if you're low in calcium, you're low in all the nutrients. So let's take a look on that perspective. So what about chapter 4? Chapter 4 is very, very digging. We are going to the structure of the fruits, nuts, seeds, how you should be combining all those three, and it really tells you the nutrients and vitamins and minerals and contents of actually the balance of the colors, why the fruits are important in your diet. I mean, we say diet, but it is in your nutrition overall foods, It is, fruit is a given, it's a dessert. It's a given for God to create it for us to enjoy it. But of course, limitation for everything, right? Chapter 5 is very, very interesting. Examines enzymes with the impact of your health. It definitely highlights the food combining, the proper support and overall well-being. Let's talk about that because it's very, very important. That's protein, very interesting stuff. Chapter 6, it really conveys, the gut, the gut health, that the importance in the role bacteria, the fibers, and it actually gives you what fiber, what foods you should be eating, and that can feed certain bacteria. And I very rarely find that in a book that combines all this interesting integrating information in just one guide, because this is a guide for you to live longer. This is a guide for you to understand how you should be eating so that way you have a balance on an optimum health. So I am looking forward for you guys to purchase the book. And if you guys wanted to talk to me more about disease or anything like that, you can certainly find me. Of course, you can call me at 561-843-5083 to book an appointment with me. Or you can simply, email me at sylvia.ross@srossnutritions.com, because I do take also insurances, especially in New York. And then we are very, I'm very like reasonable also with cost and cash. So I'm looking forward to hear from you, but I would say start with this book first, and then we take over if you have other questions or different type of disease that we can do some laboratories or testings. I'm looking forward to help you with that. Thank you guys, and it was indeed, thank you once again for purchasing my book.